didn't know why I was here, which was really scary. I have a friend, his mentor was in town with his mentor's wife, and he invited me to go to dinner. Being the person I am, I jumped on the opportunity because I was like, this is a new doc. This is a doc out of New York. He seems inspiring. He seems just all excited about chiropractic. I was like, yeah, I'll go to dinner with you. So I meet up with him, and we're driving to dinner. Friend's in the front. His wife's in the front seat, so I'm in the back with the doctor. I'm like, this is going to be a great night. Casual conversation, you know, learn a little thing, talk about some stuff. Nothing heavy, nothing big. And first thing out of his mouth, what brought you to chiropractic? I was like, I got this. This is my story. I got this. And I'm like, well, let's see. You know, I worked for my family in our family business. I was a mortician. Elvira, you know, all that good stuff. But worked for them for about 5 years. After a while, I decided that just wasn't really my thing anymore, and I decided to change, and chiropractic fit my philosophy. I wasn't one to really take a lot of medication. Chiropractors don't really like to give medication. I was like, this is a win-win situation, right? And he's like, that's really good. But that's not what brought you to chiropractic. I was like, oh, it's not? Okay. He's like, so what brought you to chiropractic? And I was like, just met you. I'm sitting in the back seat beside you. I can't get away. Okay, we're gonna get real here. So I was like, all right. So you know, I had a really hard time. In 2013, I was working for my family as a funeral director and embalmer, and in a period of 4 months, I lost my dad, my aunt, and my grandmother, all to health problems. My dad had had 2 heart attacks and a stroke before he was 65. After his stroke, he couldn't talk. He could hardly walk. I stayed home with him for 6 months so my stepmom could continue working and supporting our family. My aunt had cancer, and then she got a blood infection, so they had to stop the chemo. By the time they stopped the chemo and got her infection under control, the cancer just ate her entire body up. My grandmother, in my opinion, died of heartbreak because she had lost her husband 10 years prior and both of her children within 4 months of each other. And he was like, I can understand that, and I can feel how heavy that is for you, but that's not what brought you to chiropractic. And I'm like, what do you mean that's not what brought me to chiropractic? Of course that's what brought me to chiropractic. And he was like, no, it's not. He's like, you had an interaction with a chiropractor or chiropractic of some sort that touched your heart in a way that made your mind realize this is what you want to do. I was like, okay, so I chewed on that. And that's what I'm going to talk to you all about tonight. Because I know in my heart why I'm here. And the whole time it was there. But it was superficial. The passion for why I was here was not present. I can get passionate. Several people know that. I like to get fired up about stuff, and I like to talk, and I like to jump around and scream sometimes. It's a lot of fun. But whenever I tell my story, it was just kind of flatlined, you know? I feel the heartbreak from the loss of my family, but that's pretty much where it stopped. So I realized that the first reason that brought me to chiropractic is the doctor that I worked for as my first job when I was 16. His family was so full of love and joy, and you could see it just radiating from him. His kids would come running into the office, and they would be so excited to see him. And I remember seeing that. And working in the funeral industry, my family didn't have that. It was always on my side of life, hey, can I do? Hey, can I go? And it was, sure, as long as no one dies and we have to work. So I was restricted as a child on getting to go do things, on getting to go experience things, on sports, activities after school. It was always restricted because people were always passing away. And we had to take care of them. That was our purpose of being there. After I got into school, I started to really think about this, and this doc started presenting this to me, and I really started to chew on this, and I was like, you know, it's more than that now for me. It's more than just wanting to have an amazing family and a work life that I'm excited about going to, and staff that loves me and I love them, and patients that are actually excited to see me instead of clients who are grieving because I am burying their loved one. It's more. Because what I went through in 2013, nobody deserves to go through. I lost my dad before he got to walking down the aisle. And I lost my dad before he got to hold a grandchild. Nobody deserves to go through that. And that is why I'm here. Because I was tired of burying the dead and hugging the grieving and telling them, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. I am so sorry that you've had to go through this. And I know it hurts so bad right now, but this is normal. Because it's not normal. It is not normal to hurt like that. It is not normal to lose someone so early in their life. Parents burying children is not a normal thing. You're supposed to be able to grow up and have a fun life and feel good. And I know that now. I am sick of people having funerals. I want people to have life celebrations. You should have tears of joy at a funeral. When you are laying someone to rest, you should be so happy that you got to experience them in your life and have all the memories that you got to have. You should not be regretful of the moments that you missed out with them. You should not be regretful of those conversations you didn't get to have because they were sick or you were sick. Life celebrations. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to empower people to live their lives to the fullest, to the utmost potential that they possibly can. I want their children to be healthy and happy and grow up and just be full of energy. I want the best memories for them. I know my purpose in life. And now I know my passion behind it. I encourage all of you to take your purpose and break it down and find your passion, because that story, those interactions, that humanity that you can pour into that is what's going to give you a connection that's going to last a lifetime. The facts will always be there and they'll continue to grow. But the passion, the connection that you have with each person in your practice, that's where the love is and that's where the heart is. That's where the relationship is. Strive to find your passion. Thank you.